Today we're in Lee Center, New York. We're at a home that's about 27 years old. The homeowner's decided that it's time to do some renovations in the home, and he's going to start in the basement. And he's going to start with spray foam. We're going to spray foam the basement rim joist and a pesky little crawl space that's been causing problems since the day that it was built. This project is starting right here in the basement. The house needed an upgrade to the basement rim joist. It had some really old fiberglass that had been damaged over the years, mice, moisture, all sorts of problems. So we decided that we would pull that all out and spray the rim joist. That is a weak spot to allow mice in, cold air in, all sorts of bad things. So removing the old insulation and putting a new fresh seal will keep all the contaminants out, the cold out, and even help with keeping those mice out. And in those rim joists, we only have one block of wood that's protecting us from the outside, but it's also a place where we're often drilling holes to move wires, plumbing, all sorts of different things. So when we spray the rim joist, we're sealing all of that up with a really hard foam. It actually fills in all the nooks and crannies. If this were a block wall, it would fill the cover of the top of the blocks. And so not only are we insulating, but we are completely sealing this and really providing that absolute extra seal that's really, really important on such a weak part of the house. So right now, Mike is spraying an average of about 2 inches of foam in each one of the blocks. He's going to make sure that he gets all of the corners, all of the edges, and specifically the top part of the foundation block too, sealing the rim joist to the top of the block. 2 inches will give about an R14, which is more R value than any fiberglass just laying in that rim joist would ever provide for you. You can see that the foam is hard to touch within about 30 seconds. In this cavity, in this rim joist, it's especially hard to get any other type of insulation in there. You can see all the openings around that heat duct. The foam gives him the opportunity to seal all around that heat duct and provide an R value that just wouldn't happen otherwise. A rim joist application like this should only take a few hours, maybe a half a day, especially if the basement is cleared out and ready for us to come and spray, like the homeowner so graciously got ready for us before we came today. Now we're going to go to the outside of the house to show you access to a crawl space that's going to use spray foam to solve its problems as well. This crawl space has caused issues for the homeowner for quite some time. He's had issues with cold and mice and all sorts of problems. This is the only access to the space from the house, which is outside, allowing a lot of cold air into a very small space. The fireplace is housed over top of it. So it was common in the time that this house was built that these kinds of things happened. The way that we're going to use spray foam to solve this is that we're going to put a poly vapor barrier on the ground and we're going to spray the foundation walls of the exterior with 2 inches of close-cell foam from the ground all the way up and then onto the actual rim joist that sits right about this space here. That's going to create a warm pocket in this space. It's also going to seal it away from rodents and bugs and all sorts of other issues. So the floor that sits above here is going to be so much warmer, and it's going to eliminate all those problems that the homeowner's been dealing with for almost a few decades. No matter what age your house is, whether it's 100 years old or maybe only a few years old, you may be experiencing some issues that insulation could help, specifically spray foam. If you think that you might need spray foam, or you even want to just check and see if it's a good answer for you, give Standard Insulating a call.